Hi, these are your Jesse Mack One Word or Less comic reviews for September 2019. Haircut. My wife said that it was Hot Boy's house, and I had to shape it up. Actually, no, I like haircuts sometimes. Anywho, I'm gonna review some comics. Extra. Widening. Grandiose. Tasty. Devilish. Uplifting. Somber. Brutal. Messianic. Lovely.
One word or less comic reviews. Pow!
All right. So it's the Batman and X-Men books show this month, and let's go through them. All right. My 10th favorite book this month was Curse Words, which seems to be wrapping up at 25, and this one was there's a lot. There's a lot going on, and honestly, not the best work that's ever been done in Curse Words, but it's shaping up nicely. It does kind of feel like there was a lot scrapped, like too much happened in this issue for half of it to even mean anything. It seems like this issue could have been a whole arc. It's one of those, but it's still good. I liked it. It's just, I don't know. It fell a little flatter for me than I would think it would, considering the events therein. All right. So, Powers of X number 5. Which one was that? That's the problem with having 4 of these, is I can't even remember which ones were which. What the heck even happened here? Ah, yeah. Yeah, this one, the concepts were good, and the implications were, let's say, mysterious. A lot of this series, like everything Hickman has ever written, is way over my head. And I don't want to poison my brain by seeing what other people think about it, but I'm looking forward to when the series is wrapped up to just go online and see what the hell I actually just read. Because there's a lot going on that is just in my eyes and out my other eyes. That's not how that works at all. Yeah, this was another nice one. Just, I liked the Emma Frost conversation, I think, more than anything else, and I don't know what the heck is going on at the end. It kind of gave me tingles, but at the same time, if I actually had to explain what the heck was going on, I don't know what it means. It's just the scope is, at the end of one of the other Powers issues, they widened the scope so big as to be massive, and it's like at the top of the heap are these phalanxes, and then they put like 2-3 steps above it at the end of this issue, and what is any of this? Like, how, like, are the X-Men going to have to fight a universe at the end of this series? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. But again, I like it. Give me the tingles, but I don't get it. What I did get was King Thor, because this is just, man, King Thor is a fun place to be. I love the Daughters of Thunder. I enjoyed the sort of like not Necro Butcher, that's a wrestler, but Gore and his sword and all that kind of, that larger story was part of what made Jason Aaron's Thor run pop at the beginning. Like, it was a great enough story that it felt like I was reading a great story on day one. And here we are, I don't know how many years later, 5, 7, like, it feels like he's been writing it for literally ever. Many years later, and Thor's still doing good Thor things all the way at the end of time, and I didn't expect to read the end of this story, and it is a treat that I get to see what happens to Thor and the universe itself all the way at the end. It's very nice. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen continues to delight. There's not too much more to say about it. It's just a book where page to page I am loving the hell out of it. And then afterwards, I'm kind of good. It doesn't have a whole lot of larger feels to it so far. Every week I get it. I'm happy to get it. I read it. I'm happy to have read it. And then it passes through my system, and I poop it out. Metaphorically. Okay, Powers of X number 4. Which one was this? This was the Sinister one. Man, I did not expect Mr. Sinister to be that enjoyable. Maybe it's because I haven't read enough Mr. Sinister stuff, because I've always thought of him as like a very grand and stuffy butthole of a guy. And this was not that. This was the E-channel as a mutant, or as many of a mutant, and it was pretty cool, and I loved it a lot. And just, what else happened in this one? Excuse me while I look at a paper copy of the book and try to figure out what the heck else was. Oh yeah, the thing where they established the language was real cool, and yeah. Every one of these issues has a couple of things, and one of them usually looms large for me, and then the other ones are like just real good. You know, you don't eat a sandwich for the like pickles. Pickles are really good, and without them you don't get it. You don't have a good sandwich. As good a sandwich. All right, Batman 78. These two issues are so connected that it feels dumb to talk about them twice, but here we go. 78, I liked the building up of Bruce Wayne, where the Cat was trying her best to get him to where he needed to be, but I did not like it as much as the two of them working on them in the issue following, when they realized there was a them. So I'm going to take a sip. I'm going to talk more at the end of the video about the other Batman. The Wicked and the Divine, as it turns out, was just a real good book. You know, front to back, from beginning to end, alpha to the other one. And it ended not strong. It did that thing that comics do sometimes, where the strong issue is one or two from the end, and then they just have to make things nice. This one made things very nice, and it was good to see. It was good to see some of them rolled. So, ooh, now we're getting to the meats and the potatoes of my week, of my month, whole month of this stuff. House of X number 4 was. Let me take you through my brain process, and it's possible you had a little bit of this too. House of X number 3 ended with a explosion, and it felt like they couldn't have killed off all those guys. It's not possible. Thank you. They couldn't have killed off all of those guys, because you're not going to kill off all of those guys. They're not killing off Wolverine and Cyclops and Jean Grey and Nightcrawler, so I didn't even believe it as a death. So, okay, I'm going to wait for a second, because there's talking, and I don't expect there to not be talking. So I'm going to wait, and I'm going to try again. Let's keep going. Okay, I try to do these reviews when everybody's out of the house, and people came back to the house. So, let's try to wrap this guy up. So yeah, didn't really believe the deaths. And as this issue went on, they made me believe the deaths. They forced me to take each one as it was happening, as it was real. And of course something is going to happen, that they can't stay dead, but they made me feel the deaths, and it was very powerful and just harsh. It was a real harsh issue, and I loved it. Then you have House of X number 5, which reverses that and does everything the opposite way, where you have the mutants coming back right away and negating the fear of death, which is crazy. Like, what can the X-Men be in this universe if death is not a factor? What does that even mean? It's the Superman problem, where how do you make a story when you can't put your hero in peril? How do you create drama? And if they are taking death out of the equation, how big is Hickman going to create drama for our merry band of mutants? Oh my god, I can't wait to find out. It's freaking me out. and I love it so much. Hickman is weaving a special thing, and I have literal goosebumps right now. Just, it's fantastic. Batman number 79. Yeah, Batman number 79. It was a real nice time. I feel like I'm coming down from the high of talking about the X-Men now. But I love what Tom King has done with Batman and Catwoman, and their love and their romance, and I feel it. And I found this issue to be beautiful. So, it was very nice. And, okay, I'm just going to wrap this thing up. I found it wonderful. And, I'm waiting. Okay. I feel like it was really good. My brain isn't in this anymore. I'll be back next month, and I'm sorry. Okay.